Hello everyone. Today we'll talk about our new product which we are conceptualizing, and it is called SOA Insight. So let's go to the deck. So this product is basically we call SOA Insight. It's in the pre-alpha stage. So we will talk about the four pillars of enterprise SOA, how this product is addressing. So hold on. So the four pillars of enterprise SOA. Okay, so the four pillars are basically service profile, service or API profiling, API discovery, API modeling, and API analytics. So these are the four pillars of the any enterprise SOA this product is going to address at its initial release, and then slowly we will add the new feature. So the first thing is that API profiling, which is basically complete API or service governance management from the conceptualization to deprecation. So it will track the entire life cycle of a service. It will also track what are the in-flights API and service tracking. Second thing is the discovery. So when we receive any requirement, the first thing is to understand what is existing, the existing landscape. So how we have to figure it out, the candidate services or interfaces or APIs, and then based on the requirement we have to see how much we can reuse. So the better we reuse, the more better for the organization. So this product is going to help you to analyze existing service catalog or portfolio and to reuse the asset. Third is the modeling. So once we receive your entire service, you figure it out, what are the component you need to reuse and how much the new functionality needs to be added. So the next come is to actual executions. So the modeling, how we can remodel a modify the existing modeling and create a new model. So this provides a platform to maintain the API and service canonical API data model in a business centric technology agnostic fashion. So that this is very important. So when the business comes and wants to see the existing um, data which has been provided, which is provided by the SOA, so they want to see in a technologic agnostic view. So they don't understand so praised all this complexity, so but they understand the business attributes or the business terms. So this tool will provide that view to the global audience or the business users. So that's why it says it provides a platform to maintain the API canonical API data model in a business centric and technology agnostic fashion. It has an inbuilt accelerator like JSON Designer tool to facilitate faster API design. The fourth part, which is executives are more interested, is to understand the what are the analytics. How so the it provides a rich responsive dashboard with reports and graphs on the service usage relationship. This will enable executive to get an insight to the multi-layer SOA platform, which facilitate them to track and realize the API and service ROI across different line of business. So it will help the executive which they are interested, what is the return on investment of my service, whatever I am building. So this next slide is going to give us what are the major users or actors of this users of this tool will be. So like business users, designer, executive, and architect. So the input of the tool is going to be the different SOA asset, and this tool like lifecycle management, modeling, discovery, and analytics will help to meet the organization strategic SOA goal. So this is the first, after login, this is the first dashboard where executives are more interested to know what is my SOA maturity level and how the interface has been used across different business unit, how the interface has been shared, like how many interfaces are shared within the business unit, how many in interfaces have been shared across different business unit, how many are point to point, how many external services we are invoking, all these things. So then fourth is interface types classifications. What are the different kind of interfaces like SOAP, REST, JMS, MQ, and Java? So this is a typical service catalog page. We'll show the demo also, and then the same thing. Okay, we'll quickly go and so the same demo you can see in this YouTube link. And for contact, you can come ask and send an email to me. Okay, let's go to the demo now. Okay, so as showed in the presentation, so this is the first screen. Once it log in, it will show different graphs, how the service is being used, its maturity level, its classifications. It will also show one of the interesting thing is that, when our executives are more interested, which interface is giving me the maximum benefit. So the most top five interfaces, heavily used interfaces based on the transaction volume, it will give. So it will give the maturity level, its consumer view interface, and the average response time and the monthly transaction volume. Okay, now let's go to the service catalog screen. So you see this catalog screen, and then inbuilt outstanding search facility. So you can search any of the service free flow, like XSA, you say, all the services starts within that. It's a free flow index search. So this is going to help to access or discover the services which is based on the current requirement. So you can select any of the one or multiple service, and based on that, all the operations is mentioned there. You can go to select, and if you remove the filter, it will go away. It will show everything now. So you can just say this, and then you now the interesting thing is that generally the service descriptions are big, so we kept it as a div, so that it doesn't distort the layout, so you can better understand the every operation level, what is its description. You can see what the metadata it has, so service contract document and others. And then now these are mock data we created. So whatever service you are seeing here, these are all publicly available services, so publicly registered services. Nothing, we cannot use any private data, so we took that informations. So let's now understand how an interface is being defined. So the next question is, once you see an interface like get city by city forecast by zip, so you just when you click that, you will be able to understand how this interface is actually being defined. So interface is being defined based on its input and output parameters, right? So you can see these are this only one input is zip code, and the output, these are the all output, the interface output parameters. So you can, for the design perspective, you have the Rex path also. And one of the interesting thing, if you look here, is the JSON support. So when we build this API tools, and we always thought about we become futuristic. That means the going forward, every organization will have their portfolio, the soap based portfolio, but because the channels are going through cloud and mobile, from the consumer standpoint, so the RESTful API is becoming very important. And whenever it is a RESTful API, and especially for the channels like mobile and cloud, the JSON is the de facto message format now. So the converting some soap to rest is getting very important. So in this scenario, when we expose a service from soap to rest, it's we may not be interested for all the parameter, we may be interested only for the few. So we can just select that one and say export to JSON, and it will just show it. Okay, so that's pretty much of this interface. As I said, you can select the column saying UI. We have few other functionality like service discovery, which is still in functionality. You can register now. When you have a new service, you can easily register that service using register through URL, and based on the file, you can just give any service URL and you can register it. Same thing, you can give any visible file location. You can choose a file location, and you can just it will register. So, and there's some tool like JSON designer tool, so this designer tool will actually help you to design everything. So whatever your attribute set is being defined, so this is pretty slow. We're going to improve the performance a little bit, because this is actually getting the full data model. So basically, this all the service and all everything is there all. So you can select few thing, and so let's say you wanted to get some attribute from one operations. Okay, I want two from here. These are the operation from here on this one, and I want some attribute from this operations. Okay, so I can go to the next page and I can select that. and then then I say export to JSON, and it is just going to show you the JSON layout. So these are the things. So that's all for the today. I'm just logging out. So as I said, you can contact me. This is my contact details for if you're interested for any further informations. Thank you.